Italy is one of the top tourist destinations on the globe, and it is easy to see why, as the country has over 3,000 years of history, filling it with incredible sights that offer a glimpse of how humans lived in previous centuries. Today I'm going to show you the top things to do when you visit Italy. Cinque Terre. Known for its unparalleled beauty, the Cinque Terre comprises 5 villages: Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Riomaggiore, all of which are connected by a 12-kilometer cliff path. Now, you may be thinking that's quite a long hike, and you're right. That's why the cliff path is conveniently separated into segments in between towns, where you can rest or take a train once you get tired. Although the window-side train ride sounds amazing, to truly take in the scenery, nothing beats a good old-fashioned hike on the cliffs. Just make sure you bring a good pair of boots. There are also different paths you can take, and depending on your daring personality, the paths range from nearly vertical cliffs with no railings to short trails. The hiking trail is usually crowded in spring and fall. If you're bothered by sharing the experience with strangers under a blistering sun, you may want to avoid the trail at these times. When you're on the hike, don't forget to frequently stop at the rail stations for maps and get updates on trail conditions. Verona's Roman Arena. As one of Rome's largest and most preserved amphitheaters, Verona's Roman Arena is a spectacle to behold. From its spectacular size to the use of brilliant lights under the stars, you don't have to be a lover of classical music to get mesmerized by the centuries-old arena. It is sheer enchantment to see some of the greatest singers and musicians in the world perform in a pitch-black arena with enormous stage sets that can simultaneously simulate entire street scenes and multi-story buildings. To fully experience the height of the enthralling amphitheater, you should visit in July or August, as those are the dates the Verona Opera Festival is held. It is one of Europe's most popular music events, and you can be sure that the performances are going to be breathtaking. During festivals, even those that are not attending the performance can still enjoy the music when they cruise by the arena. A glimpse at Verona's Roman Arena will convince you that Rome is undoubtedly one of the world's most romantic cities. Gondola ride in Venice. Keeping up with the theme of romance, there are only a few things that are as romantic as drifting along a canal with your loved one at your side while simultaneously taking in the amazing sights the millennial-old city has to offer. You can find a gondola on the Grand Canal at Rialto's Bridge, and gondoliers are easily recognizable with their striped shirts and straw hats. Gondoliers also double as your guide, so it is important that you converse with them to make sure that you're comfortable with their proficiency in English. During the day, there can be quite a lot of boats on the canals, but as night descends, the numbers dwindle, and you will be exposed to one of the most picturesque scenes in the world, leaving you with the memorable experience of a romantic night cruising under the stars. Take cooking classes. Italians love pasta, and over the years, they have come to perfect this food. While in Italy, it is a fun and enlightening experience to learn how to cook the country's most famous culinary specialty. There are a number of cooking classes available in Florence, with some classes taking place in local family homes. These small cooking classes are a great way to truly master the art of Italian cuisine. Taking a cooking class can also come with a guided tour of Italian food markets and shops. In addition to pasta, there are a number of delicious Italian cuisines taught at those schools. Foods ranging from traditional vegetarian Italian dishes to a range of classic Florentine dishes. It is a fun activity to engage in, whether you're traveling alone or with your family and friends. Tuscan Hill Towns Tour. Have a beautiful experience by cycling through Tuscany's hilly countryside. The ideal way to experience Tuscany's steep terrain is leisurely pausing to explore small villages in between the popular tourist destinations of the major medieval cities that dominate the hilltops. A cycling trip brings you closer to the landscape and offers you time to take in more details, even though a driving tour can visit more of these villages. Cycling is made possible by the Strade Bianche network of unpaved, sparsely used roads and lanes that weave through the orchards and poppy fields that cover the hills south and east of San Gimignano. Several tour companies provide guided and autonomous cycling trips with lodging, meals, and luggage transfers, as well as pre-planned stops at nearby attractions. If you enjoy cycling, this is a good chance to take in the beautiful countryside while doing what you love. Ancient Roman sites. With so many historical places to explore in Rome, it's simple to only scratch the surface and leave the city without getting a true feel of what life was like in the past. You can delve further into the past and gain a greater understanding by taking an insider tour of one of the famous ancient Roman sites. When talking about ancient Roman sites, it is of course impossible not to mention the Colosseum. The Colosseum is a good location for exploration and just recently opened an underground section. You will get to witness the true ingenuity of ancient architects, as an experienced guide describes the labyrinth of tunnels, tubes, and cells situated deep beneath the arena floor. These underground paths are where gladiators and wild beasts wait before moving onto the stage. The animals employed in combat were kept in cages in this area, which was known as the hypogeum, before being hoisted onto slave-driven pulleys and placed on the arena floor. In the insider visits, a gladiator view from the arena floor, as well as a spectacular view from the higher tiers, are both included. Visit a beach. Italy's beaches range from remote and rugged to wide open sandy bays. They are perfect paradises for you and your friends to unwind. With a large coastline and some of the best beaches in Europe, Italy is surrounded by water on all sides. These beaches range from broad lengths of white sand to tiny coves concealed by breathtaking cliffs. Although most of the popular beaches are often overcrowded, with a little research, you can find less crowded ones. At least there is always room on the long beaches of the Baia dei Turchi Nature Reserve in Puglia, the region at the heel of Italy's boot, where gorgeous beaches are hidden in coves and protected by the Parco Naturale Regionale Costa Otranto. Even in the seas of the renowned Costa Smeralda, the Cape Testa and the Maddalena Islands contain a lot of peaceful areas. On Sardinia's west coast, the miles of white sands on the Costa Verde seem practically abandoned. Just make sure to wear sunscreen and lotion as you go on to enjoy a relaxing afternoon on the beautiful beach. Discovering just what this romantic land's coastline has to offer is as exciting as the food being served up. Ski the Dolomites. If you love skiing, then you absolutely will love skiing on the Dolomites. Whether it's for a day on the bright beginner slopes of Cortina d'Ampezzo or a full-day excursion covering 35 kilometers of difficult tracks, more than a dozen peaks are located amid these mountains, which are home to 12 separate Italian ski resorts distributed along Italy's Austrian border. A single Dolomiti Super Ski Pass gives access to lifts and trails at all 12 locations. The main ski resort is Cortina d'Ampezzo, which hosted the Winter Olympics in 1956. Its 5 peaks are accessible by more than 30 lifts. The long runs from the snowfields in the mountains all the way down to the village below are what make Cortina so renowned. Hike in Sardinia. Some of the most difficult and thrilling outdoor activities in Europe, as well as some of the least well-known, can be found on Sardinia, an island off the coast of Italy. The Barbagia region of the Central Alps is home to several of the best hikes. The journey through Gola Sugarapu, referred to as Europe's Grand Canyon, is the most dramatic. River Fluminedu flows through the bottom of this magnificently sculpted valley, which is 426 meters deep and 8 kilometers long. It requires a strenuous all-day journey through a landscape of eroding limestone cliffs above the vivid blue sea to get there. Guided tours to these and other locations are offered by Cooperativa Garapu and Cooperativa Golorice. This is definitely a mesmerizing trek that you will never forget.